Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. When you think about the Bajaj Avenger series, one word comes to mind: laid back. This has always been Bajaj's most chilled out, easygoing motorcycle range, designed for people who want to cruise without having to break the bank. Over the years, the Avenger has had several iterations, but the 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400 feels like a significant leap forward, one that takes the concept of an affordable cruiser and pushes it into a new era. This isn't just a bigger engine version of the older 220 or 160, this is a more refined, more capable, and more premium offering that stays true to the Avenger's DNA while delivering a stronger punch in performance, design, and technology. It's a motorcycle meant for those who love to roam, who want to stretch out and ride into the horizon without worrying about fatigue or fuel bills. Right from the moment you see it parked, the Avenger 400 has presence. The proportions have been carefully reworked for 2025, making it look more muscular yet still approachable. The long wheelbase remains, but the front end feels more commanding thanks to a slightly larger and more sculpted fuel tank with bold Avenger badging that gleams under sunlight. Bajaj has gone for a blend of modern and retro cues. There's a new LED headlamp setup with a distinctive DRL signature, but it's housed in a classic round casing. This balance gives the bike a timeless cruiser vibe while ensuring it looks up-to-date for this generation. The chrome is more subtle now, it's used tastefully around the exhaust tip, mirrors, and side accents, with most of the bike featuring matte and satin-finished metal that feels premium to the touch. Swing a leg over it and you'll notice that the ergonomics have been fine-tuned for longer rides. The seat is lower than many standard motorcycles at just around 730 mm, making it easy for riders of all heights to flatfoot at a stop. The saddle itself is wide and supportive, with plush cushioning that works for both rider and pillion. The forward-set footpegs and slightly pulled-back handlebar create that perfect cruiser triangle, encouraging you to lean back slightly and let the bike do the work. For 2025, Bajaj has introduced a slightly redesigned seat contour with better lumbar support, which means you can comfortably spend hours in the saddle without getting sore. The heart of the Avenger 400 is its all-new 373 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine derived from Bajaj's Domina platform, but retuned specifically for cruiser duties. Instead of chasing peak horsepower at high revs, Bajaj engineers have focused on delivering strong, usable torque lower in the RPM range. This means you get around 35 horsepower and a healthy 34 Nm of torque, but the best part is that most of that torque is available from as low as 3000 RPM. The result? You twist the throttle, and the bike just surges forward without needing constant gear changes. It's relaxed yet powerful, perfect for overtaking on highways without any fuss. The gearbox is a smooth 6-speed unit paired with a slip-and-assist clutch. Gear shifts feel lighter compared to the Domina, and the ratios are spaced out for comfortable cruising. At 100 km/h, the engine hums along at a relaxed pace, barely breaking a sweat. Bajaj has also worked on refinement. Vibrations, which were a slight issue on earlier Avengers, are now well contained thanks to improved engine mounts and internal balancing. Whether you're idling at a traffic signal or cruising at triple-digit speeds, the Avenger 400 feels composed and calm. One area where the Avenger 400 really shines is ride quality. Bajaj has equipped it with a telescopic front fork and twin rear shock absorbers tuned for a plush, forgiving feel. Even over patchy roads and speed bumps, the suspension soaks up imperfections without unsettling the bike. The long wheelbase and low-slung stance give it excellent straight-line stability, and the 17-inch front and 15-inch rear wheels with chunky cruiser tires add to the planted feel. It's a bike that doesn't demand aggressive riding, rather, it rewards smooth, flowing inputs. Leaning into corners feels natural, though it's clear this machine is designed more for sweeping turns and long highway stretches than hairpin battles. Braking performance has also stepped up for 2025. The Avenger 400 comes equipped with a 320 mm front disc and 230 mm rear disc, supported by dual-channel ABS. The bite is strong, and the feedback through the lever inspires confidence. Combined with the bike's low center of gravity, it stops predictably and without drama, even in emergency situations. Bajaj hasn't ignored technology either. The Avenger 400 comes with a semi-digital instrument cluster that blends a classic analog speedometer with a crisp LCD display showing gear position, fuel range, trip meters, and even a digital clock. For the first time, the Avenger lineup gets Bluetooth connectivity, allowing you to pair your smartphone for turn-by-turn navigation alerts and call/SMS notifications. This is a thoughtful touch for a cruiser, as it adds practicality without cluttering the design. The switchgear feels more premium than before, with tactile buttons and a new backlit feature for nighttime rides. Fuel efficiency has always been one of the Avenger's strong suits, and despite the bigger engine, the 2025 Avenger 400 maintains impressive numbers. You can expect around 28 to 30 km/L in mixed riding conditions, which, combined with its 14-liter fuel tank, gives you a touring range well over 350 kilometers on a single fill. That's more than enough to stretch your rides between fuel stops, making it a genuine mile muncher. In terms of design details, Bajaj has clearly paid attention to the little things. The new exhaust note has a deeper, more bass-heavy thump than the Domina, tuned to suit the cruiser character. The fenders are slightly wider, giving the bike a more substantial stance, and the tail section now features a sleeker LED brake light. Color options for 2025 include a classic midnight black, a deep ocean teal, and a premium matte crimson, all of which highlight the bike's lines differently, catering to varied rider tastes. Price-wise, Bajaj has managed to keep the Avenger 400 remarkably competitive. In the Indian market, it's expected to retail around Indian rupee 2.35 to 2.45 lakh ex-showroom, putting it in direct competition with bikes like the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 and the Honda SCB 350. However, the Avenger 400 offers more displacement, more torque, and a distinct cruiser identity at a similar price point, making it a tempting proposition for riders who want both value and performance. Another unique selling point is accessibility. While most mid-capacity cruisers tend to be heavy and intimidating for new riders, the Avenger 400 strikes a perfect balance. It weighs around 180 kilograms, which is manageable in traffic and while parking, yet feels solid on open roads. Its friendly ergonomics and forgiving power delivery make it suitable for beginners stepping up from smaller bikes, while still offering enough performance to satisfy seasoned riders. On the highway, the Avenger 400 is in its element. You settle into a relaxed rhythm, the windscreen, available as an accessory, cuts down buffeting, and the bike just eats up miles. There's a certain meditative quality to cruising at 90 to 100 km per hour on this machine, watching the scenery flow past as the engine delivers a steady heartbeat beneath you. And that brings us to the outro, because every good ride has to end eventually, even if reluctantly. The 2025 Bajaj Avenger 400 isn't just an upgrade to the Avenger line, it's a statement from Bajaj that affordable cruisers can still be stylish, comfortable, and genuinely capable. It's a motorcycle that bridges the gap between daily usability and touring freedom, all while keeping costs reasonable. For those dreaming of the open road but unwilling to sacrifice fuel efficiency, reliability, or budget, the Avenger 400 is a clear answer. So, whether you're riding into the sunrise or watching it set over the horizon, this bike will be right there with you, turning every journey into an experience worth remembering.